And my mom was already crying. She knew. She just knew that something had happened to one of us, and she knew instinctively it was Lisa. You know, they had a get-here Playboy somehow had reached out to me, and they wanted to give something to my parents. I remember they got a $500 gift certificate to take care of the food while they were here. The rest I almost don't remember. I was really messed up.
In a statement, Jeffrey Licker lets police know that the two men hired are Raymond Hackman and Joel Arnold.
Police tracked down two freight workers, Raymond Hackman and Joel Arnold. Once Hackman and Arnold are brought in, they know they're in trouble.
Raymond Hackman was not talking, but Joel Arnold gives a written statement, and it's a lot different from the one police got from Raymond. In his statement, Joel Arnold said that they were hired by Jeffrey Licker to either collect the debt or to kill Kobe.
East Hartford, Connecticut, home to the Yukon Huskies, where basketball has a championship pedigree and there's plenty of enthusiasm for football as well. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we see the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets taking on the Yukon Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Yukon Huskies offense will get the first possession of the game. And here he comes, a man who epitomizes the phrase, the tight end's always open, David.
And yes, he is, Reese. And it's so cool. The tight end position now has evolved so much. You can move him all over the field, and you can really highlight a guy of his ability.
Too big for safeties to cover and too fast for linebackers to cover. This is a weapon they've got to take advantage of.
Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking for room. It's Rousseau. The ball pops out. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Couldn't order better field position for this offense. From the gun, running back on the move. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Knight. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
Well, the upright playing the 12th man on defense, knocking that ball down. It looked like it had a chance to be good.
The UConn offense goes back to work. Last time they had it, they put it on the deck. The football was not riveted to their rib cage, Jesse.
Need 5 points of pressure moving forward, no doubt. And I'll tell you, they knew coming into this game that turnovers were going to be critical. They might give themselves a mulligan for that one, David, but that can't keep happening.
Yeah, but don't change who you are and what you are. Don't get gun-shy because of mistakes. I think that usually turns into more mistakes. So keep doing you, keep being aggressive.
He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete, and the ball slipped out. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And, man, that's the second fumble of the game. That's day one. Like, we go over this, cover each point of the football, tuck it away. Don't reach it out from your body. So frustrating for a coach. You draw up all these scripts and all these plays, and the first thing you do the first 2 drives is cough the football up. And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't Olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
He's going to run it. And the defense is there to stop him short of the first down. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. The field goal is no good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is. UConn going back to work on offense. The last time they had it, they weren't secure with the football and put it on the ground, David.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that will cause for you to be a little bit conservative, but keep doing you. Put that behind. It's one mistake, Jesse. Move on.
I've always been a fan of getting that guy who fumbled it, the ball back early. You got to let that guy turn the page. They need him to make plays if they're going to win this game.
They'll leave it with him. On the move at the 30. And he's running in the open. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Oh, the ball squirts out. And the defense got it.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
Using his legs, it's Whitehead. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. The Yellow Jackets want to pick up the tempo. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Inside the 15. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
What a great sign for this offense, too. This offensive line just seems like they're ready to go. Chomping at the bit. They're lathered up, getting pushed, owning the line of scrimmage. When you can run the football well early in games, that bodes great for your offense.
And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Now on second down.
Brings up second down.
Quarterback checking off. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Makes the grab. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. The Yellow Jackets look to keep this drive humming. They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Kansas State is going to enjoy the trip back to Manhattan after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road and you stack wins there in Bill Snyder Family Stadium, and suddenly it's quite the resume. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Down. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. He'll keep it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're trying to go option, but the linebacker shows his open field tackling ability and also his recognition. He expected the quarterback to keep it, went after him, was able to make the tackle for loss.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
First down here for the offense. Quarterback will audible. From the gun. Coming after him. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game 1, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
He's looking for a man on second down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Lining up to convert 3rd down. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Moving in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He makes the catch. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt.
The punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. The UConn offense goes back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Throwing right. Got his man all by himself. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Sweet cut there. They knock him down inside the 30 at the 29. It's a pickup of 6.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The inside handoff. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. Splits the uprights. Good.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and try to field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd down, going up top. Quick completion on the out route. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
This is exactly why 3rd down is practiced every single day. 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on 3rd down.
That's reeled in. It's Whitehead. Tackled immediately after the catch. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
From the gun, running back gets to give. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
On the move. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Yellow Jackets are moving quickly down the field. On the move, it's Whitehead. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. After getting moved back, it's 1st and 20. They'll try the run. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Quarterback checking the play. Off play action. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. They'll give it to the back. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. And the Yellow Jackets decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. UConn going back to work on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Could that be the play that finally wakes them up? Just not a lot of good going on offensively here in this first half. They've only got 3 points to show for their efforts. They haven't been throwing it a lot, but they took a shot there. They got a chunk play. Now they're in a position. They need to score a touchdown here before the half is over.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. And the quarterback is snowed under. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. Wide out in motion. Give to the running back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. UConn will have to punt it away.
Number 11 in punt formation to kick it away.
Now on the return. He's got great speed. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn it on the gas. Great job, great return.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The UConn offense goes back to work. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to go up top on first down. Getting some heat. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, a first half that saw a little bit of everything there in East Hartford. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Rentschler Field.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. UConn has it teed up to start this second half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll open the second half on the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on third down.
Well, this offense did a lot of good things there in the first half. It wouldn't surprise me if they punt this one away after that incompletion on third down. They do have the lead. I think you've got to put some trust in your defense here to not give up any points and get you the ball back.
UConn going back to work on offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Working the middle, it's complete. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Here comes the offense on second down. Now the play fake. Trying to get behind the defense. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
UConn will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Really, really nice football play. Man, I got to understand option football. I got to play my responsibility, make sure that I know what I'm doing. Look at the linebacker. Great job doing that. Staying patient, getting to the quarterback, making the...
Fires the pass, intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Now, I feel for this quarterback. I've been there before. I mean, you're playing at night. It's super cold. It's going to be hard to execute these passes. That one got away from the QB, and he throws a pick.
Movement here from the tight end. Quarterback on the keeper. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on second and goal. He's looking to throw. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, UConn. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. I mean, sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
He gets it in for the two-point conversion, and now they trail by only 3. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The give to the back. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Fires to the tight end. Makes the stop at the 49. Give him 5 yards on the play.
First against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
They're strong and they're strong. Defense defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Wants to throw on first down. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
They'll put the tight end in motion. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Right on target this time. Offense has gained momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. They move the tight end all over. Finally stopped at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 6. The Yellow Jackets will hustle to the line. The give to the back. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And the Yellow Jackets get it past the sticks.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Motion from the offense. They'll run the counter. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And when you run the counter play, you're really hoping to bust that thing inside. You want to fake one direction, pull a guy, kick him out. But you can tell, great job by the defense making that thing bow. Go a little bit outside. Now, guess what? All the Cowboys come. Everybody can run to the football. Everybody gets into play. Nice job by the defense.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the heat was all over him, and that's the way the third quarter will wrap up with a big sack. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. UCF is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things inside the bounce house. Trust me when I tell you that. On the field and off it. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Utah. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The UConn offense goes back to work. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. off the play fake on first down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
A loss of 11 on the play. Second down coming up.
Let's see if they can get out of their own way on 2nd and long from the 8. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Trying to make magic with his feet. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Looking for a crease. It's Rousseau. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen.
Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
In situations like this, it's nighttime, it's so cold, it's so hard to complete these types of passes, and for these wideouts, it's going to be tough just catching the football because that thing, I guarantee you, feels like a rock.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
The Yellow Jackets get enough to move the chains.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage. Getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
It's first down from the 37-yard line. Power football with the run. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Comes out throwing on first down. He makes the connection. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Steps away to find some room. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, looking to throw. Fires to the right. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
2-point conversion attempt is coming. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. He's looking to pass. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And that's tough, man. It was drawn up right. It was a good throw. It was right in his hands. You just want your playmaker to make that play and get to the 2-point conversion.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UConn going back to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it. Right? If you're going to be a great player, you've got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
UConn quick to the line.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
Got a man. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
The Huskies will snap it on 1st and 10.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out.
Man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. The aerial assault continues. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense in getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And the extra point is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The rambling wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. Reese, productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitzed, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Catch in the middle. It's Knight. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That one.
Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.